Python. So we have lot of languages available over in the web, that is Python, Java. We have R programming in the basic program. We have Pascal. We have in the previous first batches of it. So we are going for it. So whenever we are talking about this one, we need to work the computer hardware as well as the computer software. We need to give a set of programs we need to build, that is a software which is wrote on the system, that is hardware. So the programming language, in order to communicate both the algorithm, that is the software programs, that on a particular software platform in a hardware system. So we are going for how the softwares are divided. That is, we have a system software as well as application software. Suppose we are going to develop any particular business proposal models. So we want an Excel. We will create a dashboard for the entire process. So we will take a spreadsheet over it and we will give you the analysis of the entire business of it. So we are going for an application oriented of the softwares will be taking place. In the parallel way, we have a softwares which are used for the hardware, that is system softwares. So the operating system, we used to install Windows, we used to install iOS. So we are going for black screen platform, that is Unix platforms. So these are all comes under your system hardware. So coming to this one, we as a user will work with your application software, and where the application software is built on a system software. So all the system software is built over in a hardware unit, that is your system. So we purchase a laptop. There we are going to install first one, that is system software. We used to go for installation of Windows like that. So or else Linux, Unix platform, black screen, we are going to install over your system. Then whatever may be the supporting softwares for your particular application, that is application software, will be installed later on. Then after that, the user will go and program and they will get the output as their wish. So coming to the computer languages, we have two set of languages, which is very basic language, that is low level language, which is not understandable by the human. Whereas we have the high level languages, so little bit of languages which is very close to the human, that is understandable by the humans. So low level languages are nothing but machine understandable, and high level languages are human readable languages, and where we use the translators, interpreters, and we go for compilers, and all will be built under your high level language to be understood by the system. So we know that there are a lot of things. So we need to set the environment over for your, we need to set an environment where you are going to work, right? So coming to this part, there are a lot of environments, that is computing environments. That is, we go for 4 different computing environments. One is personal, other one is time sharing, and we have a client server as well as your distributed computing. So in this, the first one is nothing but simply what we are going for your personal PCs. So I have a PC at my home, or I have a laptop at my home, and it is dedicated to one person. So we will be having a display units, and we will be going for external units. So you want to connect it with your speakers, or you want to connect the external mouses, everything. So this is your environment of where you are going to work. So if you go for software companies, the people will get their dedicated laptops from the company basing on the requirements given by the companies, right? So there you are going to work with your dedicated system. So some people will go to the office and they will work in their office computers only. They don't have a privileges to work with your computer or with your home Wi-Fi environment, right? So personal computing environment is a system dedicated for a particular person. Then coming to the time sharing environment, here we have a central unit where it is connected to the multiple systems, multiple units of the systems. That means it will be connected to the n number of laptops or computers, and it will be connected to the printers, it will be connected to the scanners, it will be connected to the storage units. So like that, it is going for that basing on the time terminals, especially if your college is built with a central server unit. So if you observe any colleges, multiple labs will be there. Lab 1, lab 2, lab 3, lab 4. And we have n number of systems in each and every lab. Sometimes the people will conduct exams in one lab and the other labs will be stay idle where the internet will be disconnected. So there will be a central processing unit. A central unit will be available. Basing on that, the resources will be shared on the time being. Then we have a client server environment. So where the servers and all maintained by other things. So we will maintain a server where all the systems are connected to the server. From server we want to take. Suppose your labs, if you are going in a colleges or any other places, you can go and take printout from your digital libraries. So you can, if your digital library is there, you will be working in different systems and you can go to the printer section of your digital library. They'll be giving a printout from the system you are forwarding, right? So the same way, the previous internet cafes will be working in this manner. So we will be having a cloud storage. So here this will be taken care by the server, which is operated by different environments of the thing. Then distributed, that is how everywhere we are working with. We will distribute everything to the different systems, where here the computing platform will be connected over the internet. So the internet will take the mediation. So there is no connection directly from the system or the resources. So it will be connecting over the internet and we are connecting to the servers. So that is how your Google Drive works. So you are storing in the drive, you are storing in the Google Drive or iPhone cloud, iClouds. So what you are going, you are taking the help of an internet and you are storing in the server. Right. So you will go to other places also. The server elements will be deployed or downloaded into your dedicated places over your internet. So this is how the work is distributed among them. So whatever may be the present current things, my laptop is also connected to the cloud. So all the files in my laptop will be uploaded in my cloud space. So if you observe that one, so I can go and access whatever may be the files I want. So if I forget my laptop, I can go with accessing of it over the internet, whatever may be the files. So that is how the distributed computing environment can be set. So coming to this part, whenever you are going to create a programming pattern, we need to write the program, we need to compile the program, and we need to execute the program. So once you are writing the code and there might be any errors or compilation errors or the output that is not desired as the user, we are going to edit that one. So sometimes we will be getting like these libraries are not available. That means the dedicated programs has to execute basing on the libraries, right? So we need to go for linking of the program. So whenever we are talking about creating and running program, we need to remember this 4 things. We need to create a file to write and we need to edit that one basing on the need. And we need to compile, we need to link the sections, and we are going to execute that one. So basically, we already know that C programming, right? So how the C program file will be executed. So if you take, we are taking an editor. So we will take the editor and we will save it as .c format, right? So whatever the thing, the program, the main program, we are calling it as a source program or a source code. So once you are done with writing the program, the source code will be sent to the compiler. So the compiler part, the compiler's job is to convert it to mission understandable. If you observe the source code, so the source code will be holding for your user understandable words. So I can able to read int main, I can able to read stdio.h. I can simply tell that I'm including a header file, right? So the source code is human readable format file. Then the compilers will convert to the object file, which is nothing but the mission understandable one. What it will do, whatever may be the elements in the source file, it is simply converted to objects. So object file will be created. Later on, we are going for linking section. What we are going? We are going for linking section. So we don't know that what stdio.h will do. We don't know what void will return. We don't know that what main states. right? So these are all the things that are predefined in a programming platform. So that will be stored in the particular library. So now the converted object file will be taken care by the linker, and it will check with the library, and it will convert to the executable file, which is also understandable by the machine. It is also understandable by our machine. Then we will run this executable file. We will run this executable file on the runner, and we will get the output. So how the C program, .c file we will go, we will compile the program, we will run the program. So if you run the program, it will get the result. If you compile the program, it will check for errors. This is the basic thing that we use. So how the program is converted means the compiler will convert into the objects, which is understandable by the system, and the linker will take the library elements and link the elements. It will convert to the executable file. Now we will execute that file to the desired output.